Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. What if I told you there's a $10,000 check with your name on it waiting to be claimed simply by flipping a piece of paper? Not real estate, not a house, just a simple piece of paper. By connecting desperate sellers with hungry buyers in a way most people never discovered. This is what wholesaling real estate is all about. No mortgage crushing your credit, no down payment draining your savings, and not even a real estate license exam to even pass. And it's the fastest, most accessible gateway to real estate wealth that's transformed thousands of ordinary lives just in 2025. It changed my life, and it might just change yours as well. But first, let me pull back the curtain on the raw truth that nobody shares. Have you ever felt that soul-crushing heaviness? Where you stare at your bank account, your bills, your life, and you realize, I've been playing someone else's game. You've always known, haven't you, deep inside of your bones, that you were meant to build something extraordinary. That you weren't born to waste your one precious life in that 9-to-5 prison, watching your dreams wither while others live the freedom you crave. I know that exact feeling. Because 6 months ago, I was drowning exactly where you are now. Exhausted, trapped, watching my future slip through my fingers with each passing day. I said to myself, if I don't make a move right now, I'm going to regret this for the rest of my life. 6 months ago, I was living what others called the dream. I was playing Division I basketball, the achievement that consumed 19 years of my life. The pre-dawn workouts, the sacrificed relationships, the grueling path to those scholarships that everyone invade. It was supposed to be everything, right? But after years of blood, sweat, and tears, I sat there at practice one day thinking, is this really it? Is this as good as life really gets? The question haunted me more than any failure ever could. I finally understood. My soul wasn't hungry for trophies. It was starving for freedom. Freedom that unlocks time. Freedom that generates wealth while you sleep. Freedom to design your existence on your terms. And when I uncovered how everyday people were flipping simple contracts for $5, $10, or even $25,000 per deal without risking a single dime of their own money, everything shifted. I knew this was my escape route. I walked away from basketball, I burned all the boats, and I went all in on wholesaling real estate. Now, I won't insult your intelligence with fairy tales. It wasn't some overnight miracle and I started printing money out of nowhere. At first, it was brutal. Honestly, it was soul-crushing, humbling. Those first few weeks, the suffocating silence of no structure, the panic of no guaranteed check, the 3 a.m. doubts that paralyzed my mind, the stomach-turning fear that you destroyed everything. The pressure was relentless. My family was looking at me like I'd lost my mind. Friends disappearing when I needed them the most. My own brain waging psychological warfare. Maybe you're just not built for this. But in the darkest moments, I discovered wholesaling real estate's true power. And when I finally understood it, my world transformed overnight. Wholesaling strips away all the complexity to its purest form. It's very simple. Find someone drowning in their property problem that they just can't solve. Find investors with capital who need deals that they just can't find. Connect these two worlds, get paid for what you deserve by solving both problems at once. And the best thing is, you never even need to own a single property, qualify for a mortgage, risk your family's security, or even spend a single dollar from your own pocket. You control the entire process. You're creating wealth from solving humans' problems. This isn't some theoretical someday strategy. It's happening right now for people brave enough to claim their peace. I can still feel the emotion on my first deal like it happened yesterday. 37 brutal days of rejection. Cold calling until my ear throbbed. Driving neighborhood to neighborhood until my car was nearly breaking down. Hearing no so many times, I even questioned my own sanity. Then finally, I locked my first contract. One contract. I got it under contract for a price that worked for the seller, but still had room for the buyer to make some money on it. I assigned the deal to a cash buyer, and when that wire hit my account, $10,000 off one single deal. My first deal. $10,000 honestly felt like I hit the lottery. I didn't win the lottery though. I built it. And at that moment, I knew I was never going back. Here's the exact blueprint I used. Step number 1. Find homeowners drowning in their property problems that they just can't solve. Look, life shatters plans. whether it's divorce, job loss, medical issues, property inheritance, medical emergencies, foreclosure notices. Look, these aren't just sellers. These are people desperately looking for a solution. They don't want top dollar for their property. They just need a quick solution. Step number 2. Secure the property with a simple contract. You agree on terms that solve their immediate crisis. You're not buying it. All you're doing is just controlling the opportunity to buy it. It's a pure leverage play on paper. It's called a purchase and sales agreement that anyone can use. Step number 3. Connect with hungry cash buyers for deals. Look, they have the money, but not the deals. So by bringing them the deals, you just solved their biggest issue. And step number 4. Assign your rights to that agreement for a substantial fee. Instead of taking on any risks of renovation or closing costs or even anything like that, you simply transfer the rights that you have to the agreement with the seller over to the buyer, and you keep that fee in the middle, and that's called your assignment fee. That fee, 5, 10, 30, or even more. It all materializes for simply solving two humans' problems at the same time. Let me show you exactly how this worked in real life. Ryan needs to sell his home. He just lost his job, the roof is leaking, the grass is 3 feet tall. Ryan is stressed and he just wants out. You talk to the owner, they're tired, overwhelmed, and they are ready to move. And they agree to your offer of $100,000 in cash. Now, you call around and you find an investor who loves buying fixer-upper properties, and he's willing to pay you $110,000 for that property. Boom. You assign that contract for $110,000 at the closing table. The investor gets the property, the seller gets the $100,000 that was promised to him by you, and you keep that $10,000 in the middle. Once again, that's called your assignment fee. Without ever owning the property, without even swinging a hammer, and without even stepping foot inside of it. Just for connecting two people who never knew they needed each other. And that right there, my friend, is the life-changing power of wholesaling real estate that nobody talks about. And when that first 5-figure deposit hits your account, everything in your world changes. It's tangible, it's achievable, it's real. And it's exactly how I escaped the trap and built genuine wealth after walking away from everything everyone told me was success. If you're still with me at this moment, it's because something deep within you is screaming for change. You were born for impact, not mediocrity. You're one courageous decision away from a completely different reality. 6 months ago, I sat exactly where you are now, paralyzed by doubt, strangled by fear, and confused about the next step. Today, I'm showing you the unfiltered truth. The only difference between those who change their circumstances and those who remain stuck is who decides their fear of regret outweighs their fear of action. 6 months ago, I was you, questioning if the sleep was just too dangerous, too unpredictable, too far outside my comfort zone. Today, I wake up each morning with true options, with command over my time and finances, with the freedom I once thought was reserved for others. And every bit of it began with one terrifying moment when I chose to bet on myself instead of the system. So let me ask you directly, are you ready to bet on your potential? Are you ready to finally create the life you've always known was possible? This isn't about leaving a like or leaving a comment on this video. This is about claiming what's truly yours. Take action today. Start now. The life you deserve is waiting on the other side of your decision. I'll see you guys in the next one.